This was truly the best year of my life. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be sharing with you everything that happened in 2019, my New Year's resolution from last year and how I did with it this year, and my new New Year's resolution for 2020 or 2020. I feel like no one says 2020. 2019, the truck's outside, I'm telling you. I'm filming! In February of 2019, I started my YouTube channel. I absolutely love my YouTube channel, and I love filming and editing and making videos. It is such a creative and spontaneous thing that you get to do on the internet. Sometimes when I have a video idea, it keeps me up at night. Lately, all of my ideas have been literally keeping me up all night because I'm so excited to film. This has been one of the videos that I have been so excited to film, and now I finally get to do it. Another thing that happened in May of 2019 is I got confirmed, which means that I think it means that you're like an adult of the church now, and that means that you have decided to commit to the church and that you have made that decision on your own, because baptism was kind of like your parents putting you into the church, but confirmation is when you choose for yourself that you are going to live your life in the church. This experience has seriously made me such a better person, and I really think that it has changed my life. Okay, I apologize. It is very, very hard to film this time of year because there's shadows and the light is coming through my window all the time, and I'm just trying to film a good video, so I apologize. I hit 1 year with my boyfriend too, so we have been together for a year and 2 months now, so that's really exciting. I went to Disney this year. This was my second time going to Disney. I want to say, yeah, this year I went to Disney and this was my second time. I went when I was about 4, but I did not remember anything. So, wait, no. That's not true. This is my 3rd time going to Disney because I went like 3 years ago, or maybe it was like 5 years ago. It doesn't matter. I went to Disney this year and it was super fun, and I actually went on a band trip, so I got to hang out with all of my friends throughout the entire thing, and it was just an amazing experience, and I can't wait to go back in another 5 years. This year has seriously been amazing with my friends. I really got to experience finding who my real friends were. This was really a thing that I struggled with in middle school, was trying to find out who my real friends were, and I really think that I have come with a really strong group of friends, and not everyone is friends with each other, but all of my friends, I love them so much, and I really am happy with my friend group, and I feel like the friends that I have now are probably going to be my friends for either the rest of high school or the rest of my life. This year, my cousin Samantha got married, and I got to be a part of her wedding. I'll put some pictures up on the side here of the wedding, and honestly, it was a really beautiful wedding, and I love weddings, and it was so much fun, and I'm really glad that I got to be a part of her very, very special day. I started dancing at a new company this year, and honestly, I fit in so well at this dance company. I've made so many new friends, and it's just a really great experience. I love all the teachers, and I love the dancer that I'm becoming. So many things have happened. So in my old dance company, when we went to nationals, we won this like big award for one of our dances, and they asked us to go to some like charity thing to like perform it. So that was really cool just to be able to like receive that award. A lot of our dances did super well. We had Thriller, Bohemian Rhapsody, a dance called Seasons of Love that was amazing and had so much emotion behind it. Overall, it was a great year for dancing there, and now I get to start a new chapter with this new dance company, and I am really excited for it. I started driving this year. In June of this year, I got my permit, and in March of next year, I get my license, so that is really exciting. I actually really enjoy driving, and it's really something that I have grown to love, and I just get to drive my parents around and listen to music. Obviously, I'm being safe and watching out for things. And I got a car. I've driven it once, because my dad let me drive it once, and I absolutely love it. And I cannot wait to have this car for such a very, very long time. When my parents asked me, they were like, so what car do you want to get? And I was like, I really don't care what car I get. I just need it for it to take me from, English please. I just need it to take me from point A to point B. That is a car's purpose. And for my first car, I just want a good, safe car that will take me from point A to point B. And they were like, okay. So they did car searching for probably about 6 months. Now I have a car, so that's really, really awesome. This summer was absolutely incredible. I did not want to go back to school this year because my summer was so amazing. I got to spend so much time with my friends. I went jet skiing with my friend Madison and my friend Anna. I went to Ocean City with my friend Haley and my cousin Jarrett. Me and my best friend Haley created a summer bucket list, and we did so many things on that list, and it really motivated us to do things that we normally wouldn't do, because I feel like if you make a bucket list, then you have ideas already for things that you want to do, and it really pushes you to do those things. But if you don't, then you're just kind of like, okay, well, I have nothing to do. This summer, I got to spend a lot of time in the environment, and I got to really take in everything that is out there. Like, we went jet skiing on the bay, we went to the ocean, we went hiking, we went to the waterfalls, and it was honestly beautiful. And I'm very, very happy that I got to experience all of that in one summer. I turned 16 this year, and it was honestly the best birthday that I've had in a while. All of my friends came over, my very, very close friends, and my family, and we all got to hang out and enjoy food and talk. And honestly, as I'm getting older, I realize that birthdays and Christmas and holidays are really about spending time with your family and not really about the gifts. And I feel like I'm just so grateful for everything that I get to have every single year, and especially I'm very lucky for the family that I have. That is why 2019 was by far my best year, and I am now going to go through my 2019 New Year's resolution and talk to you guys about how I'm doing with that. The first thing on my 2019 New Year's resolution was to work on my posture. This was something that I had been struggling with for a couple years, and when I was younger, my grandmother would always correct me and say, stand up straight. When I am dancing, my posture is beautiful, but I needed to work on this at an individual level away from that, and like when I'm working on desktop or doing homework or filming or just walking in the hallway. This has been something that I feel like I have really, really succeeded on doing this year. At the beginning, I was always like, Jessica, stand up straight. Now it's really just become a habit. I don't want to be like this when I'm old and a grandmother. The next one was to not be so hard on myself. When I make a mistake and do something wrong, I would often turn the tables. If it was someone else's fault that something happened, I would always be the one that was really sorry for it and be very apologetic. And I realized that that is not the best way to be. It was a weakness for me. It would get to the point where sometimes I would feel so bad about something, or that I got a bad grade on something, that I would literally cry. That was obviously not very healthy at all. So I decided to turn that around. It has honestly been so amazing. I just have been trying to focus on myself. I don't really know exactly how I did it. I wish I could help you if you're trying to not do that. But it's really about personal growth and trying to better yourself. The next one was patience and not getting so frustrated all the time. If something wasn't working, like for example, if the internet was running slow, I would be so upset about it. And I was like, this is also not healthy. Like, why am I like this? If something happens like that, where the internet's not working or something's not going as planned, I just step back and I breathe and I'm like, okay, we're gonna walk away from this for a couple minutes and then we're gonna come back and it's gonna be better and we're gonna get this. Let's say there was someone in line in front of me at a grocery store and they were taking so long to check out. I would just be like, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason. I'm taking my time. They're having a wonderful day. I'm going to be patient and I'm going to be fine. This has helped me tremendously. Seriously, if you need to be more patient, this is something that you need to do with yourself, is just tell yourself that it's going to be okay and that you need to be patient and things will all work out the way that they need to be and everything happens for a reason. Another thing was to drink lots of water. The recommended amount of water that you should drink every day is 10 cups of water. So the good amount of water that you should have is from probably like 7 cups of water to 10 cups of water, and I was not drinking nearly as much water as I needed to. When I go to school, I have 2 water bottles that I bring, little like metal water bottles that I can just fill up, and I bring 2 of those to school, and then when I get home, I like to fill up a glass of water and keep it with me so that when I'm doing my homework, I can just reach over, take a sip of water, and then when I run out, I go and fill up the water again, and this has helped me a lot to continuously keep drinking because it's right in front of my face, and when it's there, I'm going to drink it. I also put a straw in all of my water, not the ones that are at school, but at home I drink out of a straw, because when you drink out of a straw, you intake more water. I definitely will be continuing to do these things into next year because they are really healthy habits that I think that everyone should follow. Eating healthier was one of my New Year's resolutions for last year. I feel like I should have been more specific about this one. I definitely overall have started eating a lot healthier, but there have been periods, especially in the middle of this year, that I was eating so bad, like fast food all the time and just junk. And a problem with this is that I'm not driving myself places all the time, so I cannot come home and cook myself a meal because I can't drive myself. So my grandparents pick me up twice a week and they really enjoy fast food. So I probably eat fast food like twice a week, which is really unhealthy. And I try to just like convince them, you know, like we should make dinner or something tonight. For now, that's just what's going to happen sometimes. And in the middle of the year, I also went through a stage where I truly think that I was addicted to sugar. I was craving sugar all the time. There was acne all over my face. My energy was just low all the time, and I could not stop eating sugar, like one after another. If there was a cookie, I would have like 3. And I was truly addicted to sugar, and it took me about a month to realize like I need to stop. So I cut sugar out of my diet, like added sugar. I barely eat added sugar ever anymore, and I have so much more energy. I don't crave sugar all the time, and it's just been a huge improvement in my life. The next one is exercising more. This one, I have been exercising a lot. I dance 4 nights a week, which really helps. So that is about an hour every single day. On days that I don't have dance, I usually go into the basement and work out and do some type of thing for about 30 minutes. And that helps me stay active, and I really enjoy doing that. The next one is go to bed earlier and get more sleep at night. So when I was thinking about this, I really wasn't thinking, I feel like. My dance schedule, I get off dance at 9:15, which means that I have to come home, shower, and get ready for bed. And my night routine is actually pretty long so that I can wind down and really get ready for bed. So I don't usually end up going to bed until 10:30, 10:45. This one was not really reasonable because going to bed earlier is not something that my schedule will be able to maintain forever because it just changes so much. On the weekend, I don't stay up until 12, 1 o'clock in the morning like I did a couple years ago. Not all the time, but sometimes I would do that. So I think that that is definitely an improvement that I've made. And on the weekends, I try to get 9.5 hours of sleep because that is the recommended amount for a teenager that is still growing. And I think that that schedule has really made me a lot healthier of a person, and it makes me have more energy and I feel a lot better. When it is a school morning, I usually get about 7 hours of sleep, which is not a lot, and on those days I feel really bad. Let's just say that. Another thing I wanted to do was go to mass more. Church. I wanted to go to church more. And so I started going with my grandmother, and we went every Saturday at 4 o'clock. Obviously, this is not something that I could continuously do because she lives 20 minutes away and she had to pick me up. But I did go to church a lot more, which is amazing, and I want to continue to go to church all the time. Another thing I wanted to do this year was say yes to God. So I wanted to surrender my life to Him, and I want to live my life as Jesus did, and I want to better myself every day. C3. That's the second time that I did that. Oh my gosh. I want to see things through God's eyes, and I want to act as best as I can, as much alike to God as I can. After my confirmation, I really had a big opening with God, and I really think that I saw the light. In the past years, all we did was go to church on Christmas and holidays, and I honestly didn't really understand. I wasn't very faithful. And both of my parents were Catholic. My dad went to Catholic school for all elementary and middle, and my mom was raised as a Catholic. And all of them prayed with me every night when I was little. But then a couple years went by, and I just wasn't feeling the most religious. I believed in God, but I wasn't living my life for God. And I think that translation in my life was honestly amazing, and I think that maybe one day I can make a video about my testimony and how I got to be where I am today. That was everything for my 2019 resolution, and now we are going to move on to my 2020 resolution. This one has a lot on it, and I'm really excited to do these and work on these through 2020. Also, I wanted to say, because some people think they're like, New Year's resolutions aren't real. Like, if you wanted to do something, then you would have started it before the year has started. Me personally, I like New Year's resolutions because they help to motivate me and they help me set goals for myself. And I feel like if I didn't do this, then I would not achieve half as much as I'm doing right now. For your information, I do start these before 2020. Whenever I think of something, I do it, and I start doing it, and I just go in full swing. And these are just the main things that I want to focus on for 2020, and I want to keep reminding myself to do these things. The first one is to use the 2-day rule to keep a consistent workout schedule, and I want to tone my body. I don't want to lose weight. I'll actually show you my December calendar or my November calendar and show you how that works. This I actually got from Matt. He is a YouTuber as well. I will leave his channel down in the description box below because he has a bunch of really cool videos about this stuff. So this is my November schedule. And as you can see, there's an X here and 2 X's here. So those are the days that I did not work out. The 2-day rule means that you cannot work out for 2 days. But after the 2 days, you have to work out. So you can't go more than 2 days without working out is pretty much the whole thing. And I think this is a really good idea because it keeps you active and keeps you physical. I think this is really helpful, and I've been using it for the past 2 months, and it has definitely helped. The next one is to limit the amount of added sugar that I'm eating. I have definitely started doing this, and it has helped me so much. So I really want to continue doing this every day. I actually have an app called Fujicate. This app tells me what my added sugar is that I've eaten, my regular sugar, like the fructose, and it counts all my calories and puts everything that I'm eating into an app and stores it, and I absolutely love this app. I definitely recommend it. Another thing I want to do is find stillness in my busy life. As you know, I have a very busy life. I dance 4 nights a week. I am in band. I am in youth group. I play volleyball. Everything is very busy, and I think that it's very important to find stillness and just relax. And the way that I do this is meditation. I actually really like meditation. I do it every night before I go to sleep because my doctor recommended it to me, and then it helps me fall asleep. It really helps to put you in the mindset of stillness and well-being and mindfulness. Another thing is to go to Mass every Sunday. This is obviously not a reasonable thing, but I think that it is possible to go almost every Sunday or Saturday, because there's masses on Saturdays and Sundays. I really want to put this as an important thing and not just miss church because I'm busy, because sometimes I just don't feel like going to church, so that I don't. And that's really bad, and I want to have motivation to go to church every weekend, even on weeks that I don't want to, because God is always looking out for us, and 1 hour of your whole week is not very much to spend with God, so it's really the least that we can do. And I will be driving in March, so I will be able to go to church on my own as the next year lines up. The next thing is to obey my parents. I'm very good when it comes to doing things that my parents ask me, but sometimes I argue back to them when I really don't want to do that, and it has really shown me that arguing with them isn't really effective, and they're going to make me do whatever they ask me to do anyway. So I've decided that instead of arguing with them, the first time they ask me, I'm just going to do it. And I know that sometimes I'm going to fall through with this and not be able to just get right off my feet and do what they ask me. But I'm going to really try to do this because they are my parents and I want to respect them as much as possible. This is also one of the 10 Commandments, and I think that it is a good one to follow. Another one is to deepen my relationship with God. I think that everyone can always deepen their relationship with God, and I think that this is the most important thing to do in your whole entire life. So you can do this by praying more than once a day. I pray every night, but I really want to start praying in the morning and start asking God to lead me through my day and help me to see things through His eyes. And you can listen to holy music, which I have started doing, and honestly, some of the songs that they have are very good. I wouldn't say that holy music is my favorite type of music to listen to, but I do want to spend some time out of my day to listen to holy music. There are also podcasts that people have. My favorite podcast I will put up here. If you like listening to podcasts, then this is a perfect thing for you, and it really helps you to deepen your relationship and understand the Bible and God a whole lot more. I want to spend more time with Him than social media. Social media, in my opinion, is a huge waste of time. Even though I love social media so much, I really feel like I spend way too much time on social media. And youth group. Every Wednesday I go to youth group, so that is something that I want to continue doing. Another thing is I want to stay pure. So this is something over the past year that I have really been trying to focus on. Obviously, I've had a boyfriend for a year and 2 months now, and I really think that staying pure is something that is really important, especially with God. And one of my main goals for my life is to wait until marriage to have sex. And I really think that this is important, and it's something that within me I really want to do. Another thing is that I don't want to put myself in positions where people are making bad decisions. And I feel like I have done this several times this year and it just hasn't ended well, and I haven't liked the experience at all. So I've been to a couple parties this year and I really didn't have fun, like at all. And honestly, the small parties with my close friends are more fun than a huge rager with people smoking and drinking weed and cussing and gossiping about each other. It's just not my type of scene, and I don't want to keep putting myself in positions like that. Another thing I want to do is I want to read more. I am the slowest reader that you will ever meet, and personally, I have not really found a good book that I have loved so much that all I could do was think about reading this book. And I do like reading, it is enjoyable and relaxing, but I really want to focus on reading more to really advance my vocabulary, and I just think that instead of playing on my phone and watching YouTube, I can be reading and experiencing a bunch of different books. I want to give more. This is definitely something that I want to keep working on and hopefully do for the rest of my life. I've been really trying to focus on other people, and I really want to try to give instead of being selfish. So let's say if someone asked me for $1 for a piece of candy, and let's say they're like really hungry and I don't really need that $1, I'll give them $1 instead of lying and saying, no, I don't have $1. Or let's say it's my last piece of gum and I really want to chew this gum later. Instead of keeping it for myself, I'm going to give it to another person if they ask for it, because that is what Jesus would do. I also want to become more of a compassionate person. I want to go out of my way to help people. I want to try to be nice all the time. Sometimes I definitely do slip up and I get agitated and really annoyed by some of the things that people do, and I really want to try to not do that and try to be nice all the time. And I want to be open to everyone, and hopefully they will come to me if they need any help with anything. Going along with what I said about helping, going out of my way to help people, there has been times recently where there could be a weird kid in the hallway and I'll be like, hey, how's your day going? Like, and talking to them. I know that it can't be easy getting bullied in school and being called the weird kid, and sometimes people just need someone to reach a hand out to and to be with them. So that's definitely something that I want to continue to work on throughout my whole entire life. That is the last thing on my 2020. It is almost 2020 now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and comment down below what you really want to do in 2020. This is really, really getting on my nerves, these little dots on my face. But it's okay. I'm going to be patient and I'm not going to get frustrated. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had an amazing holiday, and I hope you have a great 2020.